Guitar Rig 6 is out and available, and I've done a quick overview, just a first look, but now let's go and get to know Guitar Rig from the inside. So what they've done here, they added new amps and new technology to model the circuit. They've added a lot of new effects and basically, I think, reinvented this product. So let's have a look in my session here, and I'll show you what is Guitar Rig and how you can use it. So this is Guitar Rig 6, and as you can see, it looks very cool. It is a really upgrade from Guitar Rig 5, and let me try and explain what is it that we see here. So first of all, in the center here, this is the rack. This is where we have our amps and effects and everything that is working on our chain, on our signal flow. So as you can see here, we have on the top, we have a compressor, then a tremolo, and then we have some split. We see an A and then later B, and I mean, it's just an effect rack. There's no really no amp here, and this goes to show that in Native Instruments they see Guitar Rig not only for guitars and basses, not only for guitars and basses, but also for any other types of sources. And you can see this here in the browser. So on the left we have a browser, and you can filter out all kinds of presets depending on the inputs, and you can see bass, drums, guitar, keys, and so on. And you can select guitar, and then we can, for example, select an amp, and now we'll have just the basic presets that match that filter. So this is how this one sounds. Right, and I can go on, and for example, do this. So now I only have guitar, clean, and AC box. Alright, so, and you can see the entire chain here. This is pretty nice, and it looks awesome. So what you can do here is you can actually change the order of the components, and each of these is basically a component. So you can even turn it on and off, you can remove it, and you can change everything here. So that's the kind of basic idea. Now let's jump over straight to see how you can create your own amps and your own chains here. So I'll just go to the menu here, and you can see that we have File, New. We'll name this U1, for example, and it already exists, so I'm gonna get something else. And now I have a blank sheet here. I can create my own. So first I'm going to clear all these filters, and I'll go to components. So again, the browser on the left here will have two views, the presets and components. And in components, again, we can filter out. For example, let's take an amplifier, and we'll take this Chicago one here, and there you go. We have an amp. We're ready to go. So the flow of signals will go from the top to the bottom, and so I can actually add a reverb here on the bottom, and now this is what we have. Now each of these components will have its own presets, and you can see this on the bottom left here. You will see that we have this init here. You'll click this and you'll have a lot of presets depending on this component, and you can have this one. So this is pretty cool, and of course you can tweak this and then save your own preset for this particular component. And I can add more components as I go. For example, let's take a delay and we'll put it just before the reverb. And so that's the idea here, and you can create your own chains. And let's go back to the cabinets here, and you'll see that we have a couple of things here. You can use the matched cabinet right here, and we'll have a matched cabinet pro. And we'll have all kinds of presets here. Right, and we can just remove this one. So you can do whatever you want, and you can change the order and everything else. But now let me show you something really cool, more advanced. So what I can also do is I can go to Tools, and here we have a few things. First of all, we have a container. So this container is a kind of thing that you can put other components in it. So it's a container, and I can drag this delay here, and I can drag this realm reverb in, and now I have a container that contains both of these guys. So that's the container, and then you can save this container and use it anywhere. So that's the container. Another kind of cool stuff that we have is the crossover, split mix, and the split mid-side. So the crossover, let me put that one here. So this will basically split between the low and the high frequencies, and then we'll sum them up. Now I can have whatever thing I want for fast, for example, fast compressor to put here, and then a limiter here. It doesn't matter. And what happens is that the signal will flow from the top to the bottom. It will go through the low and then process the lows through the effects or the components right below the low here, and the high frequencies will be just managed here. And you can set everything very easily and very I mean, that's very intuitive. So that's one thing to note. Let's remove that one. So I'm going to remove this, and we'll go back to Tools. Another very interesting tool that we have is the split. So I can put this one here, and now I can split my signal to A lane and B lane, and I can have the just for fun, yeah, I can have this reverb just below the A and the delay just below the B, and then eventually they will sum up. And so I can actually do something like this. Let's remove everything and just drag it to the side, and it will go away, and I'll just remove everything and the container and this matched. So I can go to amplifier and put this one here and the Chicago here, and what really happens is that the signal will split, and it will go to the AC box and to the Chicago at the same time, and then eventually it will sum up. So that's the idea here. And I can again take a reverb and use that reverb at the bottom. Right, so that's pretty cool, and the same goes for the split mid side. So that's again the idea here. Let me take that one off, and I can have mid side, and that means that whatever I put under the mid will be processed by the mids, and the sides will be below the sides. So that's again, that's the idea. Let's take this one here, and then I can have, for example, a reverb just to be on the sides, and then a delay or an echo for the mids. All right, so that's pretty cool, and that's the idea here for the tools. So we have container, crossover, split mix, and split mid side. That's really, really awesome. So next couple of things that I want to show you is that on the top here we have some controls. We can save and we can recall presets, and what else that is important here is that there's some macros, and I'm not going very deeply here with the macros. We can do that in another kind of video. So the macros will give you the option to automate and to have some control over any parameter. So I'll do this very quickly. Just drag this one and drop it on the for example on the tape speed here, and as I play, alright, so that's the idea, pretty simple. And I can have more, for example, let's have something here on the delay, and you can see that I can control this with this macro. And we have some other tools. For example, you can record the input signal, then replay it. You have a metronome and a tuner, and we also have some information here on the right to show you the signal path. Let me close all these guys, and we have the post. The post idea here, the tape deck on the below will replay whatever you recorded, but after the chain of effects and everything else here in the rack. And this one is pretty cool. So you see a staple, and this is the global effects. So I can have some effects that are kind of sticking there. They will stay here no matter what preset I select. So I can put this delay here, go back to the preset, whatever I select, that delay will stay here. So this is a global kind of effect. And the idea is that you can change the presets and still have that, and that will give you a smooth transition between the presets. You'll have something in common to all the presets. So again, very, very useful. I really like the new interface and how it works, and I hope this was helpful for you. That's that's the basic idea behind Guitar Rig 6. And let me know if you want to see and hear anything in particular. Leave comments if I missed anything or you want to learn anything. And check my channel. I have a lot of more tutorials on native instrument stuff. I have the complete play series. I have other tutorials, and I have lots of tutorials on synthesis and synthesizers. And yeah, just leave me a comment if you want to see anything in complete, whatever you want. Let me know, and I'll do my best to have a tutorial or a review on it. So I'll see you in the next videos. Thank you very much.